It's time to see some cheeks. Let's go, ninjas.
Traveler, Paimon, it's been a long time.
Who are you?
Oh, hey, Hoishin. Long time no see.
I deadass have no idea who this is. You gotta get a more noticeable haircut.
Uncle Tien, we're here to chat with you.
Oh? What a lovely surprise. Welcome. Oishi, why don't you go downstairs and get the shopkeeper to make us a fresh pot of tea?
But I hate tea. Bro, you better die.
As I grow older, I'm starting to find that with many things, though the mind is willing, the flesh is weak. Especially recently, I've noticed a rather drastic drop in my energy levels.
I feel like we're supposed to insert a G Fuel sponsorship here.
Historically speaking, the Jianshu rarely appears in public. We stay behind the scenes, planning and giving advice. So a public selection process would not be suitable.
Sounds like a good excuse to shoehorn in Yelan.
So in other words, you pick someone, and then Lady Keqing, Lady Ningguang, and the other Qixing appoint them?
Yeah, just the other Qixing, they don't matter.
Not to despair, however, because I found
What the-
someone
why was zooming
exceptionally
in on your
capable
mouth?
to act on my behalf as assessment officer.
Oh? Who is it?
I'm heartbroken. I thought it might take you a little longer than this to forget all about me.
Oh, I didn't forget. Search history don't lie.
Fancy joining me? You'll be among the first to get to know the next Tianshu. Might be a good opportunity for you.
What do you think?
I mean, we ain't got shit else to do. Why you even asking me this?
Though, I gotta say, Uncle Tian, you say you're into behind-the-scenes planning? My work's of the covert variety, too. Don't you think I might make a good Tianshu?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not opposed to the idea, but I suspect Ningguang wouldn't let you go very easily after how long you've been working together.
I never knew Ning was so possessive.
If your investigation reveals that none of the other candidates are qualified for the position, I'll recommend you for the job.
Deal. Well, you guys take your time. Everything's all set for the assessments to go ahead. Meet me on the first floor when you're ready. Until then, have a pleasant conversation.
I don't even want to talk to this guy.
Oh, and no need to pay for your tea. As the new owner of this fine establishment, this runs on the house.
I should have known you were rich with all them damn accessories in your ear.
So he's recommended 3 candidates. Their names are Chenwei, Mingbo, and Zhi.
Never heard of him. Let's just skip the quest and elect you already.
My legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer?
Oh,
this
hell
is a
no.
huge occasion and I don't even get a chair.
Oh, hell no. He just already shit-talked Yelan? Bro, you done already lost. Get out the screen.
I've dealt with all kinds of people in my time, but never have I been made to stand while I'm waiting for an appointment.
Oh, aren't you precious? Oh.
I think it's fine.
That's called being complacent. If you're happy to just accept the way things are, you'll never be able to change anything in the future.
Yeah, and if you're a dick, somebody might end your bloodline.
So why don't we borrow some chairs from the guild nearby?
Fine. They're not the best quality chairs, to be sure. But under the circumstances, it would be better than nothing.
I don't like this man. Can we kill him?
Writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submitted.
Wow. One of them is really thick.
Yo, what's up, Yelan?
Failing the occurrence of some cataclysmic event, they will not be permitted to change their plan. Therefore, these 3 piles of documents in front of us represent where each candidate stands on key policy issues.
Yeah, so we're about to judge politicians. Why is this always the fate of an American? It's so thick that you only have time to skim through it roughly. Yeah, see, that's a problem. There could be a bunch of bullshit hidden inside them papers, bro. I don't trust it. Too thick, too thick. His view seems to be that regulations and incentives are both indispensable. Core principle seems to be the greater good means a world that works for everyone. All I know is that first dude with them thick papers is bad news, bro. It's time to drain the swamp, Yelan.
I had assumed that given the great import of this situation, Lady Ningguang would perhaps be assessing us in person. I certainly hadn't imagined I'd be seeing 2 entirely unfamiliar faces.
Yeah, I'm not satisfied with your fuckboy haircut either.
I'd be more than happy to clarify any details you found difficult to grasp. It was written with an expert audience in mind, after all.
I don't think I've ever been more instantly repelled by a person in my life.
Mind your tone, mister.
Relax. It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in particular. I was simply stating a fact.
Did you learn communication from Cloud Retainer? Ouch. To be honest, I think I'd rather talk to Cloud Retainer than this guy, though.
Cloud Retainer? You know this Adeptus? Oh, yes, I remember now. You must be the traveler that people are constantly talking about.
Yes, I'm famous. Show respect.
Perhaps you will be able to understand the concepts I have put forward. Although I shouldn't get my hopes up.
Get out of my sight. Just get out, please.
I've worked there for, 9 years, 5 months, and 3 days. In that time, I've handled, 2,347 cases.
He doesn't have the confidence for a position like this. He's too shy. If you're gonna help govern China, you gotta speak with your chest.
Is it just Paimon, or is he not very good at public speaking?
He's terrible.
Two different problems can be interconnected in very complicated ways, and you might reach two very contradictory conclusions depending on which one you're focusing on. What I've tried to do is strike a balance. In other words, present an optimal solution to all the problems as a whole.
I see. The first guy was an airhead, the second guy ain't got no nuts, and the third guy is a balance. I see what they're doing here.
He seems like a great guy. Everything he said was thoughtful and logical, and he was just a pleasure to listen to.
He was okay, I guess. Think I'd rather have a waifu Tianshu though, know what I'm saying?
What really interests me is that many of his views happen to coincide with Uncle Tien's. Having someone like Jur-E take the position would certainly put Uncle Tien's mind at rest.
Aww, so you mean no waifu Tianshu? Turn the story off, I'm done. Wait, ninjas, listen, what if it's a setup? What if he's actually evil? He just like got all that information as a way to make himself look better. There's still hope for the Yelan plane, just hold on with me, ninjas.
Those three candidates have all studied under me in the past. It's only natural that they share some similarities with me. But Xin Wei went on to focus on his business, and Ming Guo has always been occupied with his work at the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Of all of them, Juri was with me for the longest duration.
Oh, so we're doing a political dynasty. I'm not exactly sure how ethical this is, but hey, your country.
Juri came from a poor family, and his parents died when he was very young. But he was a gifted student and a fast learner. He reminded me of a younger version of myself, so I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing and noticed how quickly he got on.
Sounds like you love this man.
The young are growing up, and I am growing old. How time flies. No one can escape the cycle of life.
That was a missed opportunity to say circle of life.
They make the most beautiful fish soup with barely any preparation required.
Fresh fish soup. Sounds tasty.
I'm dead ass falling asleep. I don't care about your soup, bruh.
So it's gonna be Juri, right? His manifesto was written well, and he's the best speaker.
Yeah, but isn't this a position from the shadows, though? Wouldn't speaking be like a detriment?
So, are you gonna give them more tests or something?
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. But let me give you a word of advice. Things are not always as they appear.
Oh.
The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves. The truth is almost always hidden beneath many layers of deception. You have to get information through many different channels. For example, Wenyuan, Shanghua.
Yes?
What the Oh, okay. You just got ninjas on standby like this, huh?
As my trusted assistants, they are always standing guard nearby. They also perform various assignments as required.
Standing guard nearby, huh? Where were they when you fell in the chasm?
Shanghua is a business expert who gets his information by trading. Wenyuan relies on word of mouth. And there's also Upei, who's not here right now.
He did.
Come on, hear me out. I'm telling you, this is the single best batch of Sunsetias ever. You won't find anyone who disputes that.
I mean, I happen to have a few hundred in my pocket that don't seem to know how to expire.
And to be clear, these Sunsetias are mine. I got to them first.
Don't get any ideas.
Man, I don't even want your bootleg produce.
One of his neighbors was terribly rude to him all the time, but Juri never retaliated. And when his neighbor went bankrupt, he even helped support the family. He returned cruelty with kindness, injustice with peace offerings. A gentleman of talent and character, and oh, how did I not notice him sooner? In fact, maybe I'm not too late. If I could hire him to be the brand ambassador for Wanyo Boutique.
Oh, he sounds like a decent man. We can finally breathe a sigh of relief.
Yelan don't seem impressed.
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Linlong. Come on, let's follow them and listen in. Try not to let him see you. We want this information to be as truthful as possible.
I'll just go and fetch an employment contract. And hey, don't try and cut me out of this. Hey!
Fuck you, Bobo.
I understand. Let's walk and talk.
Oh, no! Crouch! Get down!
Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well.
I wish I could do this all the time, to be honest. Come on
Truth
now.
is, an old
Behind
friend
the
of
boxes.
mine who
We
likes
got
to have
this
a
now.
drink now and then.
Oh, crap!
Hurry.
Oh, I was
Don't
having
get
too much
close.
fun.
Try not to let him see you. We want this information to be as truthful as possible.
Oh, come on. I just wanted to have some fun teabagging.
I'll be sure to pick out a good set for you. You can count on me. Juri seems to get along really well with everyone. Are you satisfied now, Yelan? Seems like everyone thinks Juri's a great guy.
We shouldn't jump to conclusions just yet. Let's go check out the wharf where he usually goes fishing.
Do we have to?
What else are we gonna do, Parmon? Like, really, what else would we possibly be doing right now?
Wait, you're not just trying to dig up some dirt on Juri because you want to be Tianshu yourself, are you?
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But hey, if I do become Tianshu, I'll look out for you guys.
Waifu Tianshu, please, thank you.
You'll be able to try all the finest food for free. How does that sound?
Yes. Yo, Yelan said free shit. I'm ready, bruh.
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
Sorry to interrupt. We're actually members of the, Liyue Anglers Association.
The
and
what
we
now?
just wanted to ask a few questions about someone.
Does that actually exist?
We've heard about this young man called Juri, who's supposed to be a fantastic fisherman. Just wondering if you happen to have heard of him?
Whoa, Yelan made up a whole fake identity without batting an eyelid.
A champion liar. She'd make a great wife.
His catches are always mediocre. Not terrible, but equally nothing to write home about. If you're looking to recruit some new members, though, I do know a few top anglers I could put you in touch with.
That sounds fantastic. I've got a couple of other things to attend to right now, though, so why don't I come back some other time and we can chat over a drink?
I don't know a single warm-blooded male who would deny this.
Here to buy some fish? It's 300 for 1 or 3 for 1,000. You better hurry. When they're gone, they're gone.
Hello, we're from the
That was so
Society
funny to
for
me.
Fish Price Research.
He managed to survive, thanks to Uncle Tien, who gave him some food. But still to this day, he doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. I mean, he can afford to eat and everything, but you'll often see him haggling with others over just a few mora. So, I wouldn't be surprised to find out he's been selling a few fish. It's not like he catches much anyway, so it's not going to affect my business. Don't tell him I said that.
Damn, that's fucked up.
I think he has pretty low self-esteem, but hey, it's hardly my place to say anything. What he's achieved already puts most people to shame. And nobody's perfect. I just wouldn't want to upset him, that's all.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Not a problem. And just for the record, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the price of my fish.
Fuck your fish, boy.
What brings you to me?
The truth is, we are but newcomers to this territory. We heard tell of a great martial artist, Master Dugu, who knows everything there is to know. Hence, we sought you out to ask for your guidance.
Really? People said I know everything there is to know?
Why is this boy so easily manipulated?
But of course, we also heard that Master Dugu is a kind and virtuous swordsman who never turns away anyone who comes with questions.
Great! So what do you wish to know? Nothing happens on this street that I don't know about. Now she's lying to a kid.
Sometimes you got to for the greater good. I mean, my parents lied to me and look how I turned out. A random ninja on the internet yelling at anime characters. Wait a second.
I've heard many tales of Juri. For example, I can't remember.
Just throw him in the river.
Then let me ask you this. Do you remember roughly when the grown-ups started talking about Juri?
Oh yeah, I know that. It was about 2 or 3 months ago. Before that, people always used to talk about Juri in a kind of nasty tone of voice. But 2 or 3 months ago, suddenly everyone started to like him.
Wait, so these fans are bought and paid for? I need to learn from this man.
Sometimes he gives me candies, so I'm glad that people are starting to like him now.
Just as I thought.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, just as I thought, Master Dugu is indeed as kind and virtuous as the legends claim.
Smiling Yelan was too adorable.
These days, there's a lot of people I've never seen before talking about Juri stories in the street. They seem like nice people.
Oh, definitely.
Great! So next time I see them, I'll say hi. And I guess I can share some of my candies with them too.
Certainly. You can also tell my friend in Yenshang Tea House about what they're up to. I'm sure my friend would also like to say hi to them.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Well then, fare thee well, Master Dugu.
Until we meet again.
Man, Yelan talking to kids is actually cute as fuck.
Any of that sound strange to you?
Bro, I knew I was right, man. It was a setup.
Juri seems to have a great reputation. Uncle Soon and Uncle Gao spoke highly of him, and Dugu Shuo seems to like him too.
True. But the issue is, where did his sudden celebrity come from? It almost seems too good to be true.
Yo, he paid for them bots of the stream, bruh.
Plus, there's the fact that all this praise of Jur-E has only been happening within the last 2 or 3 months. His childhood, his studies, the thing with his neighbor. None of these are recent events. So why are these stories only going around now?
Oh, it's because of the grandpa dude. He getting old, so he trying to step up his game to look good. He's trying to fake clout to get his position. Man, he'd make a great content creator.
The problem is, do you remember what Uncle Gao said about him? He's stayed poor his whole life. Everything he's earned he's either spent on studying, traveling, or paying off debts. I don't think he has the mora to pay for a publicity campaign.
Well, and in true Genshin fashion, where there's crime, there's Russians.
Remember the current affairs and planning stage of the assessment? Since the successful candidate is duty-bound to implement their plan after taking office, their manifesto tells us their stance on key issues.
See, I told you not to trust that big-ass stack of papers.
To summarize my findings, most people who've had interactions with Qianwei will start out complaining about how proud and arrogant he is, but then go on to give a generally positive appraisal of him. The young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild said that Qianwei appears arrogant, but he's very scrupulous in the way he works. Once he signs a contract with somebody, he treats them fairly regardless of their background.
Who'd have thought?
Wow.
Is it possible that his reputation is fake? Is there any way you can check the accounts of the businesses under his name?
In theory, that should be very difficult, but here's the thing. I asked around and found out that almost all of Qianwei's accounts are open to the public. Where he buys from and sells to should be confidential business information, but he doesn't seem interested in protecting it at all. Qianwei often sees business opportunities that others don't, but once he's made enough mora off of it, it's like he gets sick of it and releases all of his trade secrets. It's like he wants people to know that they still can't beat him, even if he shares all of his secrets. The fact that someone like that can still make mora is pretty infuriating when you think about it.
What a strange guy. It's like he's not doing business to make mora, but instead...
to validate his theories. No wonder his manifesto contains so many insights. It's all the result of his first-hand experimentation.
I don't know enough about commerce to understand the importance of this.
Was the Ministry of Civil Affairs' appraisal of Mingbo at all exaggerated?
I don't believe so. Mingbo is someone who has slowly but surely earned the reputation he has today. According to Miss Yu, the ministry often gets Mingbo to take a final look at projects before they're implemented. People feel much more confident in something if it has his stamp of approval. Oh, and also, there was once someone in the ministry who was lying and cheating to try to advance their career. Minghua gave them the scolding of a lifetime. Apparently, he can be terrifying when he loses his temper. I haven't seen it for myself, though.
Whoa, that's hard to imagine.
Yeah, that guy was shaking in his boots looking at Yelan before.
Qiangshu Pool has always been home to many secrets. Plus, Ajdaha once wrought havoc there, so there are even more secrets buried deep underground. At some point, a rumor began to go around that there is great treasure buried beneath Qiangshu Pool. A long time ago, with the approval of the Qixing, a mining team conducted an exploratory excavation there.
So, did they find any treasure?
None. The ruin was completely impenetrable. The only way they could have gotten through the solid rock would have been by blowing it open with a special kind of explosive. The technology wasn't mature enough at that time, so the excavation project was shut down and the treasure became a mere legend. Zhi-Yi's manifesto focuses on solving problems, and this treasure hunt seems extremely risky. It seems out of step with the rest of his plans.
So the Fatui are gonna help him get elected, and in return, he's gonna help them get Ajdaha's treasure? Are they really gonna make me investigate Russian collusion again? Hoyo, think about the Americans here. Why are you doing this to us? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Money. Very professional.
Imagine if we didn't suspect anything. By the time Zhi-Yi recommends the Blackcliff Forge for the excavation project, at most we would maybe do a fresh background check on the place. No red flags if all they did was change some key staff. And even if we decided to vet the staff individually, they'd have had more than enough time by then to come up with fake identities. That's the advantage of planning this far in advance. It was a clever move.
When you put it like that, it all makes sense. If we hadn't found this out, someone else would have stolen the treasure.
Someone else? So we gonna do it? I mean, I agree with that plan.
I gotta say, these newcomers are in tip-top shape. Fast learners, too. They're picking up all the skills unbelievably fast. My only complaint is that they're always going out drinking at night. But they never let us join them.
I don't know, with a name like Iron Shoulder, I would think you would be a hit at parties.
Drinking in Liyue Harbor, huh? Some cover story. I'll wager they've been going to intelligence updates. Good thing it rained today. It means they'll leave footprints. I doubt they'd give themselves away that easily, but let's follow them and try our luck.
Why does everybody in this country have tiny feet? These guys are supposed to be professional spies and they just taking the roads and leaving footprints. Man, these ain't spies, these are bootleg ninjas.
Just as I thought. They didn't go to Liyue Harbor. They went that way.
Jesus, that camera zoom is gonna give me a headache. Hold on, let me just follow the waypoint instead of the footprints.
The footprints stop here. But, judging from the direction, I'm guessing their destination was that abandoned house.
Man, this house looks like a piece of shit. There's gotta be a trap hole in here somewhere, bro. Ain't nobody living here. And the trap holes that you can go in, not the other kinds.
Why don't we wait for them back at the Blackcliff Forge? They've gotta go back there sooner or later.
We can't count on that. Clearly they were based here at one point, but it's mysteriously abandoned now. To me, that says that whoever's behind this has moved them somewhere else to throw our investigation off course.
Wait, you mean we're already detected? I guess my teabagging wasn't the best idea.
Make no mistake, the purpose of our trip wasn't to find any solid evidence. We just need to figure out who's behind Zhi-Yi.
Come on, Yelan, it's always the Russians. They shoehorn the Fatui into every story quest somehow.
I smelled something peculiar the moment I came in. Those newcomers probably thought they'd be safe as long as they burned the letters. But what they failed to consider is that paper and ink from different regions produce different odors when they're burned.
Are you serious? How the hell did you know that?
Really? Paimon can't smell anything. Do you smell anything?
Do people even take showers in this game?
There is a certain place with a freezing cold climate where there's nothing but ice as far as the eye can see. Some wealthy people there put floral fragrance in their ink as a way of injecting a little romance into their writing.
I mean, I ain't gonna read the shit, just spray it on me.
When that fragrant ink is burned, this is the exact odor that it leaves behind.
And how did I know it was the Fatui? God dang it, bro.
Lady Yelan! Oh, thank goodness I finally found you. I thought I'd never see you again.
Who are you?
Damn, that's cold, bro. Even I'm not that mean.
I left him a note at Yanshang Tea House telling him to look for me at Blackcliff Forge when he got back. If there'd been an ambush waiting for us there, it means we'd have had some backup. So, What did you find out at sea?
Forgive my incompetence. I'm afraid I've come up empty-handed.
You're fired.
I asked all the fishermen multiple times, but none of them had any interactions with Jur-E before. Then the waves got so choppy I ended up falling overboard. Fortunately, someone managed to drag me out. When I got back, I heard that you'd gone to Black Cliff Forge and might need backup, so I went straight there as fast as I could. Didn't even stop to change my clothes.
You just had to add that last detail in there? You just thought we should know that, huh?
Our priority right now is to find a way to get our hands on some solid evidence. Well, any suggestions?
I mean, why am I doing all this teabagging action if she can just go invisible?
When you've worked in intelligence for a long time, you'll understand that no one can stay on high alert forever. Especially when he thinks he's about to win. Tomorrow morning, I'll announce his victory at Yohai Pavilion. Take a guess what you think he'll do next. Be sure to arrive on time. You won't want to miss the show.
Oh, I get it. We're gonna wait for him to lower his guard so we can drug him. I'm with you.
I have decided to recommend Jur-E to the Liyue Qixing.
What?
Fuck you.
Would either of you entertain the possibility of working with me in the future? And taking on some of my workload?
Dan, you just gonna rub salt in the wound, my man?
I'll have to see. I'm in a bad mood. This is the last thing I want to be thinking about right now.
I don't mind. As long as I can help.
Damn, that's sad.
I need to pack my things, and then I think a celebratory meal is in order. Would anyone like to join me?
Bro, you are just digging yourself in a bigger and bigger hole, ain't you?
Hey, traveler, tell me something. What exactly does that guy have that I don't?
A soft tongue. I don't think that came out the way I intended.
So Jur-E really sided with the Fatui? But Uncle Tien thinks so highly of him. Why would he do this?
The allure of Russian
Difficult to
booty
say,
is too strong,
but
I
everything should
suppose.
become-
I mean, if their hottest member wasn't eviscerated, I suppose.
I'm sorry, Lady Yelan. We lost him.
What a joke. Bro, you lost him in like 2 minutes?
If I'd asked you to tail Uncle Tien, you'd have ended up at a dead end too. It's fine. So, where did you lose him?
Shinue kiosk. He only went in briefly. Upe and I were watching outside the whole time. A few moments later, a man dressed in a completely different outfit came out. Upe had a feeling that it was him, but we couldn't get close enough to check without blowing our cover.
You ain't got no binoculars and no telescopes? What kind of spies are you?
Could you explain to me how that works? A guy like him comes in, changes his whole outfit right under your nose, and you don't even ask him about it?
I mean, I wouldn't say shit either. I would assume he had some important business to attend to.
Our customers are free to dress however they please. What grounds would I have to question him?
Well, actually, now that I think about it, he would have had to strip butt naked in the middle of your restaurant. I mean, you might have should have said something.
Oh, he didn't buy anything. He just picked up a bottle of liquor that he ordered ages ago.
A bottle of liquor?
Yes, a very strong kind. Fiery, with a rich flavor. Not something the average customer would order. This gentleman ordered it in person from us a long time ago. He was only here today to pick it up.
Liquor and wineware. I see. Let's go.
I don't get it.
Just so you're aware, we don't have many of this model left in stock. And now that Mr. Jur-E has taken one, I'm afraid it may encourage the price to go up a little.
I ain't paying shit.
This is turning into a real headache.
I'd just like to point out that we have the self-professed Grand Master of Fieldwork here to thank for being wholly incapable of tailing an ordinary civilian without being seen.
This is the most dysfunctional group of spies I've ever seen.
First of all, Jur-E isn't much of a drinker. On some level, he hates alcohol because of what it did to his father. If he was just looking to celebrate by himself, he wouldn't spend his meager savings on an expensive bottle of alcohol, let alone buy a pair of special wine glasses. No, this is a victory feast, held in honor of Jur-E's private sponsor.
Okay, yes, we've established this. The Russians are involved, so what the fuck are they?
Whoever this person is clearly enjoys hard liquor and has a very high status, hence the need for expensive-looking wineware. Now, where might we find Fatui who match that description, I wonder?
Fatui officials. Should be either the Snezhnayan Embassy or the Northland Bank.
They still have stations here? Bro, they tried to destroy the whole nation earlier. Why are they still allowed here?
So we just need to find out who Jur-E bought that liquor for and follow them instead.
Can I do some more teabagging?
Qingshu Pool? That's the place Jur-E mentioned in his manifesto.
It looks like that's where they've arranged to meet. Sensible choice, I'll give them that. Qingshu Pool is always crawling with monsters. Most people wouldn't dream of going there. It's one place they won't need to worry about being seen.
Wait, so how are they gonna protect themselves? These NPCs can't seem to kill a basic slime sometimes.
There's been some work done on this place in the past, but it's a bit of a labyrinth inside. I can't guarantee we'll be safe once we're underground.
So you mean to tell me that for the past 2 years, nobody noticed them build a dungeon on the side of a rock? Can I please just go to Sumeru instead?
Still, be ready to fight at any moment. Any resistance needs to be taken out quickly and quietly. We don't want to attract too much attention.
Don't worry, we're all professionals here.
Except you. Wait, trial Yelan. But I used my own. You mean to tell me they just deleted my personal Yelan and put their own inside? I'm deeply offended.
You guys see that? That's gotta be the Fatui ambassador here to meet Jui. Looks like he went through that door.
Can I ask how we got past the locked door with Hilly Churls? Yeah, I'll wait for an explanation. Go ahead. Damn, a secret underground dungeon. Wonder if I'm gonna find R. Kelly in here. There is no way in hell this makes sense to use as a secret base. Who would install puzzles like this for their secret meeting base? Like, I would just think this would be very inconvenient to have to solve a whole dungeon every time you want to discuss your plans. Y'all ain't doing no business with me, I can assure you. Well, let's see what Kokomi and Yelan look like together. Well, that's a whole lot of wet, bro. That's real wet right there, Hobie.
I can tell from the aroma that this is very fine liquor indeed. I'm impressed.
I'm impressed y'all got past all these locked gates. How did you even lock the door behind you?
If you want to stay friends with us, you have to drink with us.
I'll do my best.
You're more of a lightweight than I thought. Already struggling after one glass? I thought you were made of sterner stuff. You certainly kept it together when you were poisoning your teacher's soup.
Whoa! Okay. Oh, God. I was not expecting this. What the?
I'm more timid than you realize. Every time I poisoned him, I had to hide away at home for a few days because I was so scared of getting caught.
Look, I know it has not been easy for you, my friend. We appreciate all your hard work.
This guy's a scumbag.
But I have to say, you really are quite a genius at poisoning people.
He just smiled.
The poison we brought from Snezhnaya is as strong as this wine, but you found a way to turn it into an imperceptible, slow-acting poison and came up with the idea of delivering it through fish soup. What was it you said? Oh, yeah. You said the soup's fishy flavor neutralizes the pungency of the poison, and this process even makes the soup tastier as a result. How did you think of that?
Yo, these dudes are actually evil as hell. What is this?
Did you hear that? It was poison. That's why Uncle Tien hasn't been feeling well recently. It's all Jury's doing. What a nasty guy. Seize him.
It's time to seize some cheeks. Let's go, ninjas.
Hold on. Did you bring a camera?
I mean, I got the whole thing on record. What you saying?
Just look at your two competitors. Chen Wei had wealth. Ming Boa had reputation. But you had nothing. You were just another nobody.
You know, that might have actually been a good thing, though, because you could have been a blank slate to carve your own legacy. Y'all don't think like this, though. I guess we're just built different.
Yeah, there's an old saying in the Fatui. Give a starving dog a bone, and it'll guard your home for the rest of its life.
Yes, I cannot thank you enough for your generous support.
You know, the best thing about you.
She's talking too much. I'm getting tired of this cutscene.
Is there any more alcohol? Go on. Fill me up. I'm in a good mood today, and I'm gonna drink my fill. Make sure to get me home safely afterward.
There's only a little left. Here, I'll fill your glass. If you like it, I can bring you some more next time.
I have a feeling that he poisoned his drink.
Huh?
Yep, he did. He dead as shit.
What the? Yi, you poisoned my wine? But when?
You seem surprised, Mr. Yusupov.
How could you?
How could I not? I've sacrificed years of my life studying and reflecting to prepare myself for this position. And in the end, I even had to poison my own teacher. You really think I'd put myself through all that just to become your little puppet? I don't want to bow down to anyone ever again. and that includes you.
Dude, can we just cap this man? He's evil as hell.
I'm gonna stay here till I see you slip into unconsciousness. Then I'm gonna set this on fire. Once the flames burn through the hay, they'll ignite the explosives, the ruins will collapse, and everything will be buried.
Bro, this is just straight dastardly. What the hell is this?
I took the liberty of leaving some evidence of your contact with the undercover agents at the Black Cliff Forge. It won't take long for people to join the dots. 2 missing person cases will become one as the truth gradually reveals itself.
Dude, this man is an evil mastermind. What the hell?
Jerry, do you really think you're gonna get away with this? The Fatui has a record of everything. That includes the poison, all interactions between us, even my trip here tonight.
I mean, you were drinking that poison like it was water. Shouldn't you be dead?
A record? Oh, you must mean the one in the hands of your second in command, Theophan?
How do you know about that?
Because when you contacted me, I also made contact with your associates. I have Theophan to thank for providing me with the poison I used on you today. He'll help me tie up all the loose ends. After all, your untimely demise comes with a few perks for him. He has been eyeing your position for a long time now.
That traitor! Jerry, you...
Damn, everybody is just backstabbing each other. Yet another case for Waifu Tianshu.
Shh. Relax. It's over. After tonight, everyone gets what they want. And anyone else in the know is either my accomplice or about to be taken out of the picture. Sweet dreams, Mr. Yusupov.
That is just straight evil, man. I'm kind of speechless. Shoot his ass. I would have shot him in the head, but okay. Jail. You going to jail, homie.
I did a little surveying on the way here and found that you'd left yourself 3 escape routes in case things went south. I have them all surrounded. If you're thinking of trying anything, save yourself the effort. The game's up.
Man, Yelan is a master at this. This is impressive.
We were here the whole time and have pictures of everything. They came out pretty nicely. Want to see them?
The game's up? Forgive me, I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, Miss Yelan. I happened to discover a Fatui operation here, so I approached them on the pretext of joining forces and eventually brought them down from within. If it pleases you, Miss Yelan, I'd be only too happy to have you join me in investigating this matter.
This is how you want to play it, huh? Fine. You do you. All we need to do to convict you is establish that the poison in his system is the same as in Uncle Tien's. Nothing else you wanted to add? Let's leave it there then. Time to go.
Damn, he ain't even had nothing to say.
Let's talk about this, Yelan. I gave you my word that I would live up to the Tianshu name, and that much I can still guarantee.
You a criminal, bruh. The only thing that's left for you was some soapboxes.
I don't deny that I used underhanded methods to get here. But given my lowly origins, what other choice did I have?
Didn't Ningguang start from the bottom? Literally just learn from your country's leader.
You still don't get it, do you? Even now. What do you think?
Man, you backstabbed your whole family. That's treason as far as I'm concerned.
He was like a teacher and a father to you, but you chose to repay that by poisoning him. Whatever positive goal you may have started out with, you threw it away in that moment. What makes this even crueler is that you managed to convince yourself there was no other way. Uncle Tien was always going to give you this opportunity, even if you'd done nothing at all. Out of everyone in the world, he is the one who trusts you the most. So much that he drank your fish soup without doubting you, not for 1 second.
That's enough. That's enough.
Life is like fishing.
A cutscene,
Cannot
really?
be rushed. Whatever you do, impatience will accomplish nothing. I was just like you once, desperate to prove myself. Only later did I realize things do not always turn out the way you plan.
Straight
But
up.
you have to keep calm to carry on. You're still young. Be patient, believe in yourself, and don't look outside yourself to prove your value.
He's a dad to him, bro.
Where's Jury these days? It's been a long time since he last paid me a visit.
Maybe he's just busy.
Well, next time, if he doesn't bring a pot of piping hot fish soup, don't let him in.
This is sad, man.
Whatever you were thinking about, you'll have plenty of time to mull it over in prison. Oh, I almost forgot. If the Fatui find out what happened today, prison might not turn out to be the safest place for you.
Ooh.
Trying to have friends on both sides, it has a way of turning everyone against you. But right now, I have an opportunity for you.
Huh?
Huh?
What's going on here?
Sorry, things are about to get extremely busy for me. Let's meet at Yenshan Tea House tomorrow morning. I'll have someone remove the explosives. Then, there's someone I have to go and see.
Need our help with that?
No, it could be dangerous. You should leave this one to the professionals. Don't worry, as long as they're willing to cooperate, this'll be a straightforward deal.
What's going on here? I'm so confused.
There is now no poison left in his system. But recovery from the damage already done will not happen overnight.
Yo, it's the gay snake dude. He back.
You needn't worry too much. Keep taking the prescribed medicine every day, and a full recovery will take at most 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years? The hell kind of pharmacy is this?
How did they successfully secure such a seldom seen poison? It seems the Fatui are extremely resourceful. Unfortunately for them, they were up against us.
Oh, the snake is so cute, man.
Uncle Tien will be heading off now. Remember to get plenty of rest and avoid overexerting yourself while you're recovering.
Don't worry, I will. Thank you very much.
Bye, Denjo Archon.
The exhaustion seems to have gone. My mind is steadily getting clearer again.
Luckily, it looks like choosing the Tianshu's successor is suddenly not such a pressing issue after all.
Yo, Yelan getting the promo?
My work is mostly wrapped up, so I thought I'd take a minute to check in here. The assessment process comes to an end here, Uncle Tien. In my opinion, Zhi is not suitable for the position. But Qianwei and Mingbo both have potential.
Oh, forget them, man.
People can change their loyalties easily. I've always known this. But whenever it happens, it's still a dismal experience.
Is it just Paimon, or is Uncle Tien not that surprised?
Don't underestimate Uncle Tien. He wouldn't have appointed me as assessment officer if he hadn't had his doubts about Zhi. Normally, the Yuehai Pavilion would be responsible for assessing the candidates. Isn't that right, Uncle Tien?
Yes, to be quite honest, I wanted to trust him unreservedly. But I have to be responsible with the position of Tianshu. When I first met Zhi, I wondered if he had approached me with a hidden agenda. So I secretly investigated him. I concluded that he had no ulterior motives whatsoever. He just saw me as an ordinary fishing friend. In the end, even he changed. But when did it start?
I'm still not satisfied with this ending unless Yelan gets promoted.
I never had any plans to recommend him directly, but I always intended to give him the chance to compete on a level playing field. Family background and fame mean everything to many people, but I don't attach great importance to them. I had no reputation to speak of when I first became Tianshu. I relied on Ganyu's assistance for all manner of things.
Ganyu? Ganyu?
What I really admired about Zhi was his intelligence and resilience.
I have to admit, he's a smart guy and very cautious.
Man, sometimes I forget that Ganyu's actually old as dirt.
How is Zhi now?
Enjoying his soap treatment.
Well, I mean, he's sitting in a jail cell. Like Yanfei says, everyone who breaks the law has to pay the price. Still, he's cooperating. He didn't turn down my offer to strike a deal. I'll make sure there are plenty of guards around to keep him safe from anything the Fatui might be planning.
A deal? Does this have to do with what you said to him when you arrested him?
Yes, Juri's not the one I'm interested in. If he was as far as this went, I'd have handed the case off to my subordinates as soon as I realized. But once the Fatui became involved, things got a whole lot more interesting. I thought I might have the chance to catch a big fish.
Fishing in this game kind of sucks though, to be honest.
Well, did you?
Almost. Unfortunately, it slipped off the hook at the last second.
Uncle Tien, Yelan, what are you talking about? Paimon doesn't understand.
You never understand.
With Yusupov in our hands and a statement from Jur-E, we could afford to continue with a diplomatic offensive. Also, we'd be able to gain control of Theophan, Yusupov's second-in-command. Then we'd have a pawn in the ranks of the Fatui. Pawns like this can be major assets. They open up all sorts of new options.
Oh, so you were trying to recruit some Russian minions. Man, she's smart, bruh.
The first part went off without a hitch, and we passed all the information on to Lady Ningguang. But when we tried to make contact with Theophan, he was gone, along with all the evidence.
The Fatui must be spying on us. Otherwise, they'd never been able to respond so quickly.
You literally let them keep the embassy in their own bank. What's wrong with this nation?
I found out from other sources that the Harbinger Regrator got involved.
Refrigerator?
I have to ask, Yelan. Do you have any desire to take over the position of Tianshu yourself?
Yes.
I remember you showed some interest a few days ago at Yenshang Tea House. In my estimation, you are more than competent.
Oh, that. I was obviously joking.
Turn this game off, man. I'm done. Turn it off, homie.
Although it'd still be a behind-the-scenes role, as Tianshu, I wouldn't have the chance to get involved in anything truly clandestine or face any real danger. All right, I'm done here. Time for me to go. I'm heading off again in a few days, and I still have to prepare.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I understand choosing bloodlust over politics. Yo, ain't that what the Mongolians did?
Where are you off to this time?
As you might have guessed, it's for me to know and you to find out.
Nobody ever tells the mean shit in this game.
If you have any more questions, just ask Uncle Tien. After the recent turn of events, I'd say he owes you one. Wouldn't you?
So can I get that number real quick though? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Women. Like the video, comment below, subscribe to become one of my ninjas, join to become one of my Ambu, and I will see you in the next video. Ninjas out.